That moment when you realize you've been calling it love, but it might just be really good chemistry. Look, modern dating is messy. We swipe, we text, we catch feelings, but half the time we can't tell if it's the real deal or just our hormones doing the talking. If you're sitting there wondering whether what you're feeling is actually love or just really intense lust, you're not alone. I've got 10 questions that'll help you figure it out once and for all. No judgment, just clarity. Question 1. The mind test. What happens when you think about them? You're scrolling through your phone, maybe sitting in traffic, and suddenly their face pops into your head. What actually happens in that moment? Here's your first question. When you think about them, 1. You get this physical rush and imagine being close to them. 2. You replay your last conversation and smile at the memory. 3. You genuinely wonder how their day is going. 4. You picture where this could go long term. Your brain handles these thoughts differently depending on what's driving them. Pure attraction floods your system with dopamine, that reward chemical that makes you crave more. But deeper connection releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that makes you care about their actual well-being. Robert Sternberg's research shows that genuine love involves mental preoccupation with the person's happiness, not just your own desires. Question 2. The anxiety check. How do you react when they don't text back? You send a text, they read it. Hours pass, nothing. That little read notification just sits there mocking you. Here's what happens next. 1. You start spiraling. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad? 2. You get irritated. If they can read it, they can respond. 3. You feel a bit unsettled, but remind yourself they have their own life. 4. You trust they'll respond when they can. When connection is built on validation and excitement, silence feels like rejection. Your attachment system goes haywire because you're seeking proof they still want you. But genuine emotional connection creates security. You understand they're not ignoring you, they're just human with responsibilities and moods. Panic responses reveal you're chasing validation. Patient responses show you actually care about them as a person. Question 3. The silence test. What's it like when you're alone together? You're sitting together, no phones, no TV, no distractions. Just the two of you, and whatever fills that quiet space between you. 1. You feel this urge to touch them or start something physical. 2. You get restless and want to fill the silence with conversation. 3. It feels peaceful, like you're both exactly where you belong. 4. The quiet feels connected, like you're still talking without saying anything. When silence feels awkward, your brain craves stimulation because the connection lacks emotional depth. You need constant excitement to feel engaged. But comfortable silence signals emotional safety. Your nervous system relaxes because you trust this person completely. True emotional intimacy creates contentment without needing entertainment. You can just exist together peacefully. Question 4. The vulnerability response. How do you react when they show pain? They break down right in front of you. Real tears, real pain, maybe about work or family or something that cut deep. What's your gut reaction? 1. You freeze up completely, not sure what to do with all that emotion. 2. You crack a joke or try changing the subject because this feels heavy. 3. You reach out somehow, even though you don't have the right words. 4. You actually feel their hurt and want to create space for whatever they're going through. When you're only invested in someone's body or the fun parts, heavy emotions feel uncomfortable. You didn't sign up for this depth, but real emotional connection makes you want to support them through pain, not escape it. Your response reveals whether you see them as entertainment or as someone worth caring for completely. Question 5. The future without physical intimacy. Can you imagine it? Here's a thought experiment. Remove physical intimacy completely from this connection. What's left? 1. Honestly, not much. The attraction was the main thing. 2. We'd probably drift apart without that spark keeping us together. 3. We'd still have our conversations, shared jokes, and genuine friendship. 4. They'd still be my person, the one I'd choose every time. This question cuts straight to what actually connects you. When physical chemistry is the foundation, removing it leaves nothing substantial. The whole thing collapses because there weren't other pillars holding it up. But love-based connections have multiple supports: emotional intimacy, shared values, deep friendship. These create relationships that can adapt and survive changes. If you'd genuinely choose this person as your friend and life partner without any physical element, you've found something deeper. Question 6. The success response. How do you feel about their achievements? They just got promoted, won an award, or achieved something they've been working toward for months. Your immediate reaction? 1. You tell them how attractive they look when they're successful. 2. You feel proud and want to celebrate together. 3. You feel genuinely happy for them, even though you weren't part of it. 4. You get emotional because their win feels like your win too. When you focus on their appearance during their big moment, you're making their achievement about your own desires. Lust-driven responses center everything back to what serves you. But genuine emotional investment means their success actually moves you. You feel proud, not because it benefits you, but because you care about their growth as a person. When their victories feel like shared victories, you've crossed into partnership territory. Question 7. The fear factor. What's your biggest relationship worry? Your deepest fears reveal what you actually value. What keeps you up at night about this connection? 1. Losing the spark and getting bored. 2. Being ghosted or suddenly cut off. 3. Growing apart over time. 4. Losing someone who truly gets you. When you fear losing excitement, you're focused on thrill and novelty. Your brain craves the chemical rush of new attraction. But when you fear losing understanding, you value emotional safety and being known completely. Lust-based fears center on chemistry fading or validation disappearing. Love-based fears focus on losing a life partner who sees your real self. Your worry reveals your core values. If you're scared of losing someone who understands you, you've found emotional connection that goes beyond physical attraction. Question 8. The depth check. Do you know their real dreams and goals? Could you actually describe their deepest dreams and what they want from life? Be honest. 1. I know they're attractive and we have chemistry, but their goals, not really. 2. I know some basics about their job and hobbies. 3. I know their major life goals and what drives them. 4. I know their secret dreams, fears, and what they value most. When you're driven by physical attraction, you create fantasies about who they are instead of learning their reality. You project what you want them to be rather than discovering who they actually are. But genuine emotional investment makes you curious about their authentic self. You ask questions about their childhood, their values, what keeps them awake at night. When you care about someone's inner world, you've moved beyond surface attraction. Question 9. The conflict test. How do you handle disagreements? You disagree about something that actually matters, maybe politics, money, or how to handle a situation. What happens next? 1. You avoid the topic completely, or get defensive and angry. 2. You argue until someone gives up or walks away. 3. You try to understand their perspective, even when you disagree. 4. You work through it together because you both want to grow. When connection is built on good feelings and physical attraction, conflict feels threatening. You avoid difficult conversations because they might kill the mood. If things get too real, you might just end it rather than work through problems. But genuine emotional investment makes you willing to navigate disagreements constructively. You're committed to this person and see a future worth fighting for together. Question 10. The beyond physical. What really draws you to them? Strip away their looks completely. What still draws you to them? 1. Honestly, not much beyond the physical attraction. 2. They're fun to be around, and we have good chemistry. 3. Their sense of humor, how they treat people, their values. 4. Something deeper about who they are as a person that I can't quite explain. This question pulls everything together. Physical attraction creates fantasy and thrills. You chase the excitement of wanting someone's body. But character-based attraction means you're drawn to their kindness, their way of thinking, how they move through the world. When you're attracted to someone's essence rather than just their appearance, you've crossed into love territory. Their personality becomes magnetic. Their values matter to you. And now, some final thoughts before we conclude. These questions reveal what you're actually seeking in relationships. Maybe you discovered you're chasing excitement and validation. Maybe you found genuine emotional connection. Both have their place, and neither makes you wrong. Be honest about your results, without beating yourself up. Lust isn't shallow if you're clear about what it is. Love isn't superior if you're not ready for that depth. The problem comes when you confuse one for the other. Understanding the difference helps you make better choices about who gets your time and emotional investment. You deserve connections that match what you're actually looking for. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more insights. Keep exploring and stay curious. See you in the next video.